The third phase is station work, and we're going to give you a template to work from. And we're going to have 5 stations where you can go ahead and apply which drills and what competition games that you want to have in each one of those stations. In station number 1, it's an individual station or a partner station. So they can work on the phases of their swing, they can have a partner there to work on toss drills or tee drills. In station number 2, it takes place on your main infield. It involves the pitching machine or live pitching. This is where we like the player to get used to game competition, pressure. We put hypothetical counts on that batter. We put base runners on base so they mentally get ready to execute under game pressure. Station number 3 is base running. Everything that's involved with base running, we work at station number 3. We work leadoffs, steals, sliding, so the player gets a sense of what they're supposed to be doing when they get on the bases. Station number 4 is another machine station or live pitching station, and many times we emphasize the short game. If you're wondering where we put this station, we either put it off to the side in foul territory or we put it in the outfield. You'll notice we use safety screens at this time. If you don't have safety screens, we strongly recommend using the extra players to protect this station, both the feeder, whether it be the pitcher or the machine, and the batter. We work the bunts, suicides, slaps at this station. Station number 5 is the shagging station. So if you're on the main, let's say you're working on hitting accuracy, and we'll talk a little bit about that later. They're the shaggers. They go ahead and pick up all the balls that have been hit in the outfield. Or they could be the defenders. If you've made the main offensive station a competition game, they become the defenders at that station. Let's go ahead and look at your practice template right now. This individual hitting drill works 2 tees at one time. It works the proper contact point for the inside pitch, where you make contact out in front, and then you hit the outside pitch where you let the ball get deeper towards the strike zone and make contact. Working 2 different types of contact points based on where the ball is pitched. If you cast out on that inside pitch, you'll knock out the ball that's on the outside. Now you'll see the player do an excellent job of staying short, compact, hitting the ball out in front. This partner toss drill is called 2-ball toss. I'm going to toss the ball up and I'm going to designate that the batter hit the top ball or the bottom ball. Top, bottom, goes out of the way. Top, bottom. This next partner toss drill is the tennis ball bounce drill. And what we want to reinforce with the batter is that they're taking a stride as I toss the ball down. They have to keep their hands back until the ball bounces up into the strike zone. So what it does is it teaches separation from the stride and the hands, that they don't go together, especially when you're facing off-speed pitching. Watch that ball right there. At station number 2, located on the main infield, we have live hitting, front toss, or machine hitting. This is where we do game situations and accuracy hitting. Right now we're working on hitting the ball up the middle. We put cones in left center and right center, and the player works on hitting the ball between the cones. Once again, emphasizing proper contact point when the pitch comes in. Another variation of station number 2 is game situations. Right now we have a front tosser. The player's been told to work on the hit and run, so you'll notice she's going to swing at every single pitch with the hopes of advancing the runner. After you work at this enough, you can go ahead and change the situation, and the player can work on slapping, the run and slap if they are a left-hander. Work on placing the ball, hopefully through the infield. After you feel that they've worked enough of those, then you can finish with just a drag bunt. They can work on drag bunting for a base hit. A variation of station work number 2 is fly and you're out. What the batter tries to do is keep the ball on the ground or hit it on a line. Once they hit a bad fly ball that it would be an out, they have to get out and their turn is over. Once again, it's simulating a game situation, hitting the ball hard on the ground. If they pop up, they get out, and it's their partner's turn to go ahead and hit the ball on a line. Once they hit a fly out, then they're out. It's competitive, and it's also a fun station for the players. It puts a little pressure on them. This drill encourages the player to learn about the off-speed pitch. What happens is the front tosser is tossing the ball in like a normal pitch, and then they'll pump fake, which simulates an off-speed pitch coming in. You'll notice that the player steps, and then she keeps her hands back, simulating holding on the changeup. This is a drill that we could all improve on and become better hitters. It's teaching the separation of the hands and the stride, especially with an off-speed pitch coming in. So you have a normal pitch, normal speed, and then you have the off-speed. At station number 3, the players are working on base running. At first base, they lead off approximately a body length and a half. When they lead off hard, they remain balanced in that leadoff position. At second base, they lead off over 2 body lengths, and they angle out towards the shortstop left field area to set up their turn for third. At third base, they're not leading off as far because they have to make sure that they don't get caught in a double play if there was a line drive in the infield. The key at third base is making sure that they lead off in foul territory. Another variation of station number 3 is base running and reading where we should slide. You're going to see the players behind me go ahead and slide in towards second base and read whether they should slide to the inside or to the outside of the base. Let's go ahead and take a look at it now. A variation of station number 3 is leadoffs with a dive back into first base. The player works on their leadoff, sees that they're going to get picked off, and works on diving back into the base. Setting up and ready for the leadoff position again. A variation of station number 3 is base running and reading the hit. You'll see here where the base runners go ahead and they lead off, they see the hit, and they work on going to the next base. At station number 4, we're working on the short game. This is where the players are working on the sacrifice bunt, the drag bunt, which is right over the plate, and the inside pitch, which is an inside sacrifice bunt. And lastly, you'll see the suicide bunt. At station number 5, the players are shagging. They've got one person with an empty bucket and they feed into that person, so when it's time to refill the bucket on the infield, it's a quick transition. Station number 5 also acts as a defender station when we're doing any sort of bunting drills in the main field area. Those shaggers will come in and be defenders on bunt defense.